Hi, this is Allie from Allie Cats Crafts. I'm here to bring you a tutorial on making cards for the new July 2025 Sweeter With You Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is a really cool kit. I've been working with this for the last few, I think it's been about 3 weeks. And I decided to bring in another product. There was a paper pumpkin that was called Pick of the Crop, July 2022. And I did not do it, but there was a cute little bag in there, so I thought I would make a bag with this one. So here's the sample. So I'll get another bag, hold on, into canvas, and I will show you how to do that. So you can get a bag anywhere. You can go to Hobby Lobby. I think Stampin' Up! Might have these, but I'm not sure because this is an old one. So I'm gonna bring in the stamps from our kit that we have right now. I'm gonna bring in, these are the stamps that I want to do. We're gonna use 2 inks. It's gonna be a fast and simple, fun thing. You can give it to a friend. We're gonna use Garden Green and Poppy Parade to make this bag. And I don't know if you realize it, but the inks that we use for Stampin' Up, you could put it on canvas or anything. The only thing is, because it is washable, it can come off. What I recommend doing is, if you really like this, throw it in the dryer after you're done, and it should stay on pretty good. Just be careful. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to ink it up really good. I'm going to hold it down for a few seconds and then lift it up. Isn't that pretty? It just makes a really good stamp. This is going to be a fast and easy project, and I just thought I wanted to show you, so if you have never worked with canvas or fabric, you can stamp on it with the ink. It's a fun thing to do. So I'm going to stamp the little strawberries at the bottom. Put one over here. And just hold it down for a second. I didn't hold that one very long, just to make sure the ink transfers from the ink pad to this. And I have gotten ink everywhere already. I am crazy. So now I'm going to put Sweeter With You on the front of the bag, and I thought I'd put it right about the middle. Hold it down really good and lift it up. And now I have my words on there. So I will close the Poppy Parade and get out a piece of scratch paper and get as much ink off this stamp as I can, because I was told by Lori, so that my little stamp cleaner here, so it doesn't get all yucky, to do that, and not as much ink will go on there, which I did not know that, so that's very nice to know. Good information. I'm glad she shared that with me. So I'm going to clean off my stamps really quickly and get as much off there as I can. And I love this little chamois she got me. It's wonderful. So now I'm going to do the tops of the strawberries and put it in the Garden Green. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to line it up the best that I can. Stick it right up to the top. Press it down, and there's the top. Oh, I love this. This is so cute. I'm glad I found this little bag. There's only one in the box kit, so I was very excited when I saw this. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just holding it down, making sure I get a good stamp on there. And I could give this to my granddaughter. I think she really liked this. She could put her little stuff in there. All of her cute little things. It's a cute bag. And life is sweeter with you. And that's true. Life is sweeter with my grandkids. So that's the bag that I made. Very simple and fun. So I wanted to do a simple, fun one for the first project, because the next one's going to take a little bit of time. Let me get my baby wipe out and kind of clean off my fingers a little bit. So this one, I worked a little bit on it. Clean off my stamp. It's all clean, ready to go. And we're going to do a different type of a card that I have not done yet. And I've already started it because it's going to take a while. So this is what I did, was I took and drew out a strawberry. Okay? Then I made little lines there because I'm going to do some paper piecing. And this is a fun thing to do. As you can see, I've already prepped 3 of them. To do this paper piecing, you need 4 different colors of paper. So, this is what I did. As I got my ruler out, I first hand drew my strawberry, okay? Then I picked out the paper that I really, really wanted, okay? But I took my template. Now I used a heavy cardstock, and for each one, I picked out 4 pieces of paper. Now you could do more if you want, but I think that's a lot, even, 4 right here. So then I traced the strawberry out. Then I took my ruler and I decided, where do I want it? So I just took and went like this. Just did some lines that I wanted. Okay, I went like that. Then I thought, you know what? I kind of want one right here. So the next step I did was I took this template and I picked my paper and I traced around it. And I made my lines really long so that I could get to them, okay? Then I took my ruler, so now I'm showing you exactly how I did it. I took the ruler and I lined it up with this one and this one. And I got it, it's kind of hard with the camera. Took and did this and this, and then I took and made a line. Okay, so I have my first cut. And I did the same thing. I did this for each one of these. I went to the next one. Now they have to be alike for this to work, so that's why it's important that I trace it and put the lines in exactly the same spot. I did that one. And then I took and I went to the last one. Now, when I did this, see, if I would have done it right here, I had more pieces. So I only want to go across the middle so we have 4 pieces. Now, if you had a bigger one, you could do more. I would. And I tried to use the pieces that were in the kit, and I did. Every single thing came out of the kit this time. I did my little line right across there. So the next step I did was I fussy cut each one of these lines out. So I cut it across here. And this is where I saved you time of watching me cut each one. I already did the first 3 so that you guys would only have to see one, because it's the same process for every single one. And I thought it'd be easier if I just did it this way, so you only had a few. And as I cut them out, I lined them up like that. So what you'll get is 4 cards out of this one strawberry. Today, I think I will only do 1 because it's very time consuming. And it's going to be the same process. The only thing that I'll do is arrange it a little bit different and probably put a different sentiment on it. So it'll be actually 4 different cards. Okay, so I'm going to go around that. Then I will go across and cut right here. Okay, very fun. This is going to be a fun card, you'll see. So I put those 2 together because I know they go together like that. So I'm going to cut out the next one. And I'm going to go around it, get as best you can, because you want to get it so it looks like it's a part of the other piece. We're going to take and mix. We're going to do a puzzle. We're going to make 4 different puzzles using 1 of each one in it, as opposed to the same one like you see right now. Okay? And it's actually fun. And I like doing this where I do like the stack and cut thing. This is a lot like it, but you have to put it in the right way, otherwise it won't work. Because they're different shapes. So you can't just pick any random color. But you will, the reason you always do an even number, if I wanted to do 6, I'd have 6 different shapes, and I can make 6 cards with it at that point. So now I have embossed a piece of white paper with the strawberry embossing folder that I had showed you in previous videos. I can show it to you right now. Let me go get it real quick. Hold on, I'm almost there. And it looks just like this. It has little strawberries. So I embossed it, as you can see. Okay. I have a black piece of paper, and there's a reason I have a black one. So now that's going to be the background for this. So now I'm going to just pick one piece of each one. So I've already picked this one, so this one I need to pick a different one. So I think I'll take this one. Okay, and you want to put it about that far apart. And I think I'll go with this one. Okay, and I'll pick that one. So now the next thing you're going to do, see how that looked, it's all together as a puzzle? So you're going to grab your glue. Actually, no, I was going to do that, and then I decided on another thing. I think what I'm going to do, oops, I don't need that bumblebee, is I'm going to use my dimensionals, and I'm going to pop it up. I think that might look really neat. I was thinking about that as I was preparing this card, and I kind of wanted to see what it looked like, but I decided I shouldn't do that. Just be patient. So, oh, the other thing I forgot, I'm so sorry, is you want to erase these little lines. Now, if you don't want to erase them, you could actually ink those edges. And you know what? I think I will. So I'm going to get my garden green, and I will get out my little brush right here, and you can ink all these little edges. And that will make, I don't know, it just looks really good when you ink. I like inking. You know, sometimes I just forget about it. And that will cover all your pencil marks if you had any extras. So there you go, there's one. So I'll do the next one. I'll put my dimensionals on it and cut my edges. I like using these edges. One right there and one right there. I'll just go along, cut each one. I like to try and do different cards when I do these alterations, so they're not all the same, but sometimes I really like certain ones and I'll just do like 3 or 4 of the same one just because I like it. Okay, so here's the second one. I'll grab my ink. And thank you, Lori, for these awesome brushes. They're so nice. I really enjoy using them. Lori gave this to me as a gift, and it's quite fun to use them. I really enjoy it. And there's the second one that goes right there. So the inking around it kind of adds a little depth of field, which I like. So now I'm going to take my little things, go around the corners of these too. Just gonna pop it up a tiny bit so it kind of stands out. It kind of makes it look really neat. I like to do pop-ups. I think they're just a fun thing. Adds a little extra dimension to your cards, and just, it's different. Not a lot of people use them, but then there's people like me and some other people, they love their dots. And that makes them happy, makes me happy, I know that. Going around, just putting these little dots here. I think I want to put it right at the tip on this one, because that's a little sharp corner. So I'll grab another one right here, put it in the middle. Okay, so now you have where you want those to go. Okay. So I'm going to start taking off the backs, and you want to leave a little space. Okay. The whole idea is to have the black stand out. So it doesn't matter where you start. Oh, I forgot to ink. Almost forgot to ink. I bet you guys are screaming at the screen. Don't forget to ink. See how the lines are just like disappearing all of a sudden? So you don't see the lines. That's what I like about inking too. So take a look. See how you can see a little bit of a line, but watch what happens. It disappears. It just makes it all gone. So you never know there was a line there. And if you don't like inking, you don't have to do that. It's okay. Okay, so now I need to realign everything up to make sure it lines up. I got the right direction, okay? So this one I'm gonna put down first. Okay, and press it into place. Then I'll go with my next one. And I'm not sure if it matters too much whichever. You just know that it's the shape of a strawberry. So you just take your time and leave a little space. I don't know, about 1/4 of an inch, it looks like. Hope I'm in screen. Move those out of the way. Okay, and this one, you're gonna line up with these guys. You're in the same spacing. Press it down. And then the last one, we'll do the same thing. Just give a little bit of spacing. You don't need a whole lot. Okay, so that's what it looks like. See how it's popped up a little bit? You know what? Lori gave me some black dimensionals. I should have used those. I didn't even think about that. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to fussy cut around this, leaving the same kind of edge as you did between them. Go slow and careful, moving the paper. Do the best you can, because this is kind of like doing it the last second. And I like this, and the reason I like doing it after I put it on there, because sometimes you don't line them up perfect on there. And this way you can get it the way you want it and get it perfect, and it just works out really good. So I just go around the edges, even just about 1/4 of an inch. And I always tell people, don't rush, take your time. There's no timer. And I just go back and check and say, oh, I don't like how that looks, so I'm gonna go back. So there you have that part. So isn't that cool? Just a little bit different of a card. I wanted to do something different. Now, as far as drawing it out, that took me a little while. I drew different designs and stuff, and it just wasn't very easy. So the next thing you need to do is you're gonna get your card base, which I forgot to cut it down. So this was the card base from the kit. So I'm gonna put it in my cutter, and it is 4 1/4. So I'm gonna keep it at that because I'm just gonna cover the top of a card. So this will be the first layer. And let me get thick card base, and I want to cut it at 5 1/2, and it'll be 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. So I'm going to line up in there, cut it in half. That's half. Okay, you could score it, or you could hand fold it, whichever you choose. So I choose to just do this because I can get it done really quick. Fold it in half. But it's all up to you, how you do it. Okay, the next thing you will do is you will glue this straight down to the card base. And it's not exact. You know what? I will do if it's not exact. This is how I solve it. I'll make just a little border. So it'll be 4 and let's do 2/8. 4 and 2/8. Okay? Just a little bit. Okay? And this would be 5 1/2, so I'm going to go down to 5 and 1. Can you see the top of my thing? So this is how I figured out. There's 2/8, 3/8, 4/8. So 5 and 4/8. Okay, instead of the 5 1/2. So there we go. So I will take this and put that in my kit, save for later for something else. And now see, I'm gonna have a little border all the way around. So if you go down like 2/8 of an inch on each side of your card from the normal card base, the first layer, that's how you get it. So that's so you know. Okay. My glue got clogged up because I left it out too long without the lid. So I'll glue this down because I wanted this green as a layer but I also have the embossed piece. So I'll put it down here, line it up the best I can, give it my tiny bit of a border, and then stick it down. And there you have it. See, it's just a little border. Okay, and then I have this one, the embossed with strawberries. And that was the 4 inches by 5 1/4. So it's gonna have just a tiny border around it, same thing. So I'll line it up, stick it on there, move this over a tiny bit. Okay, that liquid glue gives you time to move it. Okay, so now my strawberry is gonna go right about there. See how cute that looks? So I will take, before I do that, I need to put my leaves on here. So I had die cut this out of my extra strawberry stamps and dies that I purchased a while back. And that was off of Amazon. So I will take this branch, and you know this little area back here in between? I'm gonna tuck my leaf in there. So I will take that leaf and I will tuck it in about right there. And I want one of my leaves to kind of fall over the top of the strawberry. So I will put it in this little spot here and just kind of put it over the top. So I'll put that, some glue right there and there. So I'm going to tuck it in, but overlap a little bit. So it looks like it's coming out over the top of the strawberry, okay? See how that looks? Then I will grab this leaf and I want to do kind of the same thing. So I want to grab it, put it over the top of the strawberry, and tuck it in right here. Or you know what? Yeah, I could do it. I could just tuck it right on in there and push it down so it sticks, okay? And then I kind of want a leaf. Let's get this one. And I want to put it right about there so it's sticking up. So I'm going to grab it, put it on top of those little leaves and stick it up just like that. Okay? So there's my strawberry, and it's going to go just like that on the card. So now I need to support these leaves. So I will turn it over and I'll grab my dimensionals again. And I need to support those leaves so they can stay standing up. So I'll grab my dimensional and cut off a little piece and put one right here and here, because there's really no support on it right now to speak of. I'll grab this one right here and put that right there. I don't need that one. Well, I'll stick it over here for now because it doesn't want to listen to me. So I'll grab my glue and I'll lay this flat and pull off my backings, because this part does not need to be dimensionalized because we've already dimensionalized it in that, so the strawberry really stands out. So I'll put that across just like that and press it down. Okay, a little bit different, and he used up 1, 2, 3, 4 different parts of the card base, and there's 6 cards. So and here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's the 5th right there back there. So I used almost every part of every card in this whole kit. There's one more card base that I'm not sure which one it was. It was the, let me look at them. 1, 2, 3, 4. I know there's another one. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, maybe there's only 4 card bases. That's right. I built that one as my own. That was my stamped one. Okay, so the next step is I have 2 pieces of paper here. And I want to put a little sentiment right across here or down there. I think right down there. So I decided on just a note. So I will grab my black ink, because I think that will look really good. And I will stamp just a note. Okay, let's do it this direction. Oh, that did not turn out because I pushed too hard on one side. Let's try it again. Let's try it one more time over here. So you have two sides of the paper, keep that in mind. So just hold it down for a second and lift it up. That's better. No, it's not. I'm not getting the bottom half because I'm afraid to push it too hard. Okay, there we go. That's better. Wow, that took a little bit of time there, huh? So I will set it over here for now. So now I'm going to trim it off. And I think what I wanted to do was put it right about there. But I think I need to do this. I know what I need to do. I think I'll do this. It's always hard to decide how you want to do your cards. At least I struggle. So then I will take and throw this in the trash again. There we go. And I'll glue it to my black paper. And then trim off the sides. And glue it flat. So just a note. So when I get ready to do the next card, you will take and you will put together like this. You'll grab, now we're going to do the stacking one. So you just take and go like this, grab your three corners. This is how I like to do it. And this one, I think I'll put it with that one. That one could go with that one. So you build your strawberries up. This is normally what I do is I would go like this and decide which one goes with which one. And I think I'll put that one there because that one looks good. And then that one. And this one's missing one. It needs that one. That's the problem. So there you go. There's the other strawberries that we'll have. And I'll show you those when I get done. That'll be added into my collection. So this is the card. The next thing you'll do is you need to stamp the inside and do your envelope. So I will get out the pretty leaves that I like and get a scratch piece of paper. Get my garden green ink. I love this garden green ink. I have not used it very much, so I'm going to stamp off and stamp on. Go up here again, stamp off, and that looks really good. That's the inside of the card. And I'll grab my envelope, which I have right over here, and I will do the same thing. Stamp off. And go down my little envelope. I like to do the whole thing and then same thing here. And I think this time I'll do the same thing, go all the way down the bottom. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. And I thought what might be kind of neat is to do that this time. There we go. So that's the card and the envelope. Here's the card and the envelope. And here's the little bag, the sweet bag that we made. So I will show you my cards later on that I make with these. Thank you for watching. Please like and share my video with others. And like I said, if you're interested in getting some stamps and help me out, I don't like to push my business, but if you are interested, I'd like to help you out. Look up Allison Clark in Nacona, Texas, and I can take care of you. Have a great day, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.